US 36. Wow. Alright, we're doing a great one today. US 36. So we're going to have another big one as we usually do. Looking at the route, it goes from the middle of nowhere in eastern Ohio to the middle of nowhere in northern Colorado. So we got a ton of stuff going on today. You're watching Super Reviews. If you guys aren't subbed, please sub. And when we get to 1,000 subs, we will be opening up a Discord server. I think we're at like 876 to this day. Don't really know. I think around there, near there maybe. You can request your exit or intersect in the comments. It's free again. Please. We do have some Portland, Oregon stuff coming on Monday. We have the 205, which is the only Portland road that we can technically cover. Again, we're going one way today, and that's westbound US 36, since it almost goes across country. So we'll begin in this town in Ohio begin 36 West Shield. And then on this we have New Commercetown, which is where we will be heading to, and it'll be our first control city of a US 36. We are heading towards New Commercetown. We have surprisingly nice scenery for Ohio here. We meet I-77 north for Cleveland, and I'm not gonna just bother you for southbound. But on I-77 we do get New Commercetown, which we are in now. Port Washington will be next. And we are just past New Commercetown, and we will still have some nice scenery, so Ohio doing a good long shot here. We'll be turning right, and we're heading for Warsaw and Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon will be our real one at 37. We do meet US 62 though, which heads over to Danville and Martinsburg, but we will still be heading toward Mount Vernon. On the way to Mount Vernon, we still have some cool stuff going on here, the usual Midwest territory here. And we arrive in Mount Vernon, Ohio this time. It's a pretty cool urban town. But looking at it on Google Maps, it looks like it's a major city, Mount Vernon, but there's no direct interstate connection to it. 36 will keep going west to the right here, and it will leave the central Mount Vernon area. Outside Mount Vernon, we are basically again in the grasslands, as we usually are in this channel. And this is in Sunbury, Ohio, and we are near I-71 now. Speaking of I-71, here it is. North would be for Cleveland, south would be for Columbus, but we'll not go to any of those places. Next stop is Delaware, Ohio, and we have a cool short freeway heading that way. And we are in the Delaware area. I don't think I showed the US 23 junction since it was shown in the US 42 video. Outside of Delaware, it's basically like this, which is a sneak peek to today in our new state. See, 36, this is in Marysville now. 36 will be curved 33 for a little bit. I will be doing US 33 sometime, so I'll show this concurrency in a little bit. 36 will split off for Urbana and Springfield. And 36 will ultimately go to Urbana as Ohio 4 goes to Springfield. Heading over to Urbana, this is what we usually get and what we've been seeing throughout this video, just some nice stuff. Here's downtown Urbana, Ohio. Looks like a pretty nice town throughout here. And here's another one where we just get Florida treatment for US 36. Well, it technically started in Colorado, which we're heading to. Mileage signs now give us Fletcher in this city at 14 miles away, which I'm not going to say at all. This is on I-75, Urbana, where we just came from, and then this next city that's coming up will be to the west. Here we are in that city, and I forgot the river name, as I usually do for a lot of these videos. 36 just gets a west reassurance shield, so there's no control city out of the city. I'm not going to say. But we will be concurrent US 127, not for West Milton, but for Eaton. This is in Greenville. Speaking of Greenville, Ohio, we don't go downtown, but might as well show it because it looks like a pretty big city in western Ohio. We move on, we'll be going to Palestine. It doesn't relate to East Palestine, which exploded a train. And here's that city. It's basically just nothing. It's not even that big at all. And here we go to Indiana. Indiana, no more Benjamin Harrison. Gets this cool new welcome sign. Like it. We meet US 27 basically right away. Will not be concurrent fit, but it does go for Fort Wayne and maybe Cincinnati. Mountain signs give us Modoc at 10 and Indianapolis 72. That's well done for INDOT there. We meet US 35, and we will still be going straight as 35 might be the US shortcut to Chicago. And we are back in our country roads once again as we go to Indianapolis. And this is on a road that I don't know, but we get US 36 for Lynn Mount Summit. And we get this red barn here. Don't know the specific name, but it's just a barn in the middle of nowhere. We are in the Indianapolis area, and throughout Indianapolis, 36 will be on 465. So here's a 36 on the other side of Indianapolis, and we get 36 West Rockville Road. Okay. And here's Rockville Road, aka US 36. Basically just a normal substandard street. And I don't know this next city. It's not Rockville, but it's somewhere before it. And here we go. We see these weird houses, like the one on the right. And we see Danville and Bainbridge. Bainbridge is where we will head to. And it's basically nothing. And we do get a weird, lonely mountain road. I don't know what you actually call a type of road like this. See, Rockville will be our ultimate control city. Rockville is sensible out of here. It's a big city. And here's our Indiana farms, as there usually is west of Pennsylvania. And we do cross this nice lake as we nearly approach Rockville. Here is downtown Rockville, and it's a bit of an urban city. I don't think I showed downtown when we were on US 41. Here is US 41. We don't get any control cities. I think north would probably be Chicago and Terre Haute. 36 will continue west. And here we go, west of Rockville. And we are in Montezuma, not the Revenge. And we cross that river as we get out of the Rockville Metro. Here we go from Indiana 63, where we get Rockville for East 36, and Decatur surprisingly showed up. Wow, Indiana, that's cool. And welcome to Illinois. Oh no, what is IDOT gonna do to us today? And wow, Illinois won at 8 and Springfield 116. That's a bit of a shocker for Illinois. And we get Paris and Danville. This is for US 150 here. Another mountain sign gives us Route 49 at 14 and Decatur 70, which is a bit more sensible than saying Springfield from this far away. And Illinois is mostly known for its lonely roads, while a lot of states are. Here's Metcalf. I wonder if this is where DK Metcalf lived and moved to Seattle and now Pittsburgh. Here's another one where we get Tuscola at 18. Decatur will be our final control city at 55. And we get the Pizza Man. I don't know if it's more related to the Piano Man and Elton John. Here is I-57 and IDOT's getting IDOT, obviously, especially for I-57. It doesn't want to sign Memphis and Chicago. But on 57, we get Tuscola and Newman. So we get rid of Decatur and put Newman on there. Okay. And we go, this is near Tuscola, I believe. Don't know this actual junction. It's US 45. And we get Lovington and LaPlace. These are just for the substandard streets. Number mountain signs gives us Decatur and Springfield. right now it makes sense to sign Springfield because we're near Decatur. We cross the Illinois River. I don't know if that's the actual name, but I'm calling it that for some reason. And here's a look of downtown Decatur. This is Decatur, Illinois. It's a bit of a sensible city. Here we meet I-72. We get east for Champaign, west for Springfield. We'll be following 72 west for a little bit. And this is in Springfield, where we get 55 south St. Louis, 72 west Jacksonville. Maybe Kansas City, don't know. And we get 172 for Quincy, 72 west Hannibal, should be Kansas City. And we're going to be jumping ahead to the CKC video here. Top of the Mississippi River, we do get a cool welcome to Missouri sign, and this is our first time in Missouri, so good job, Missouri. US 61 for New London and Palmyra. Put St. Louis on there. It's the faster way from here to St. Louis. And we get this weird N72 construction sign, and they're US 36. Wonder what that's all about. And on this, we get 36 West St. Joseph, 61 north for Keokuk, Iowa. So it's not in Illinois, it's in Iowa, alright. And we get 24 East Palmyra, as it will head towards Quincy and US 61 again. And on US 24, Monroe City is our primary, not even St. Joseph. Come on, I think Kansas City will be a jump. And we're getting Shelbina as our next control city. It wasn't signed eastbound, so why are you signing it westbound? Come on. And you see, it is our primary control city at 18 miles away, as we're getting Honeywell as our secondary at 7. And Shelbina Macon is our next control city, which was signed eastbound. So, wonder why Shelbina was a control city. And Macon St. Joseph is back on the board as we get Hannibal. So yeah, why won't you sign Shelbina eastbound? But we do get this cool Walt Disney Farm. Did the manager of Disney spend a night here or something? And we get Macon and Chill Coffee. This is in Brookfield, and they skipped Brookfield going westbound. What are you doing, Missouri? And in Chill Coffee, we get Hamilton, which was signed eastbound. So okay, Missouri, all over the place. And we get Cameron, which is where we meet I-35, and Kingston Chill Coffee is where eastbound US 36. We meet I-35 north for Des Moines, south for Kansas City. Surprisingly good control cities from Modoc here. Here's a look of downtown Cameron. Didn't show it in the CKC video, so I'll show it on US 36. And St. Joseph will be our official control city, as Hamilton is in the other direction. See here on mile signs, Hiawatha, Kansas is our final control city. And I'd still go St. Joseph. Hiawatha is way much smaller. And just like in CKC, US 36 is basically a freeway throughout the entirety of Missouri. And we do cross this nice lake as we get closer to the St. Joseph area. We meet I-29 for Kansas City, and Iowa's Obsession 36 West is signed for nothing. See, we do meet US 169, which goes to downtown St. Joseph, but it just doesn't get mentioned at all. And I want to show a view of downtown St. Joseph, because I'm probably not going to be getting to US 169 at any point. So here's another exit that you can get to downtown, the business I-29 right here. And we meet 229 for downtown in Kansas City. And in a wreck, need to check, that's weird. And on 229, we just get 36 for Kansas and Cameron. At least they didn't do Cameron, Kansas, going this way. We cross the Missouri River. We do have a cool look of downtown St. Joseph, and we'll be entering to our first time in this state. And yes, this video will be our first time in Kansas. So Kansas, welcome to the catalog. At our first interchange in Kansas, Wafina will be our first control city. I'd absolutely skip that. But we get one liner of Huefa, and it's 20 miles away. Again, I prefer that out of St. Joseph. And this is Wafina, just outside of it. Basically, totally nothing. Why would they sign that? And again, Kansas is just basically going to be like this. We are in far northern Kansas here. See, we meet US 73, the loneliest road, in my opinion. Goes to Huefa and Horton. Now US 36 will be signed for Seneca. And no, not Seneca Falls or Seneca Lake, New York, Seneca, Kansas. See, Seneca will be our primary control. This is in Seneca, actually. Suburfa is our primary. And I messed up again. This was on US 75. Huefa Senecas for US 36 for real this time. See, in Seneca, Marysville will be our next control city, which is cool. And we see this is our view of downtown Seneca or Marysville. You just never know. On our way to Marysville, we get our normal Kansas thing. This is our lead up. Between Kansas City and Denver, it's pretty boring. And just another one of these. If you want to drive a stretch between Kansas City and Denver, just don't do it. Here we finally get to Marysville, and it's kind of not even that big. And we are now signed for Washington, so I guess Washington will be fine. And then in Washington! Yep, still mad about that. Anyways, we'll move on to Belleville and Mortonville, which I think was what both of those cities said. And here we are. Belleville will be our primary control city. Washington is for the other direction. If we meet US 81 for Concordia, Hebron, Nebraska. Notice these Nebraska signs. We are really close to Nebraska. And we see Mankato will be our next control city. Don't know about that one, just don't know. And here is Mankato. I think we should skip Mankato for US 36 here. Here's 281. I'll definitely get to 281. It's the longest US highway, or longest 3-digit US highway, the 476 of US highways. On that, Smith Center will be our primary control city. Again, Smith Center. Why Smith Center? And we do get a cool Kansas historical marker. Don't know what that's about. We're in Smith Center, so Phillipsburg will be our next control city. I'll take Phillipsburg, that's fine. On our way to Phillipsburg, we get what we normally see in Kansas. Basically nothing at all. In Phillipsburg, we have 183 for all of Nebraska. Norton will be our next junction. And again, basically nothing. And we have this weird tree to the left, which makes no sense. Here we go. We still get Phillipsburg for 36 East. 36 West is still heading to Norton. And in Norton, we meet 283 for Oberlin, Hill City, Aberfoyle. We're heading to Oberlin. And we totally meet US 383 here. It's actually US 83. And that sign said Atwood, so we are now heading to Atwood, which is a sensible choice. We jump ahead and we get St. Francis as our next. I actually skipped that and go all the way to Denver. See, St. Francis is our primary control city at 41. I'd much rather see Bird City, St. Francis, maybe Denver. Here is St. Francis, population like 373 or something like that. And here we go. We get Nebraska and Colorado. Denver, Colorado is where we're heading to, and we are at the Kansas, Nebraska, Colorado Tri-Point. Welcome to Colorado, Colorado. We were near Nebraska this whole time, and we're going in Colorado instead. In Colorado, unlike Kansas, Colorado actually has better scenery than Kansas, since Kansas has nothing. This is on US 385. Both those will head to Burlington. Well, 385 at least, 36 won't. 36 will now split off with 385. 36 West will head over to Denver. Good job. And on mileage signs, we get this at 2, Denver 154. So we're not signing anything in between. Wonder why. And on our way to Denver, it's basically like I-70 from Kansas City to Denver. Just basically nothing, usually. And we get this weird garage right here. I don't know what this garage is all about here near in Colorado. We meet Colorado 63. And that's a cool junction, I guess, right here. Jumping ahead to Colorado 71, this is in Last Chance. And it's also the last chance to get to Lyman. We are still signed for Denver. Here we go, moving on, and wow, Colorado's getting better the more west we go. Okay, sensible. And we have a little break of nice views. But if you go west of Denver, it's really cool. And we move on to I-70, yep. Colorado does its usual thing east of Denver. But for some reason, we get Colorado 36. So instead, we're not going to follow that. We're following US 36 on I-70. We assume it's all the way on I-70 to Denver, so we get off at 270 for Fort Collins and Boulder. We meet US 85 in Colorado's other hated US highway, which is US 6. Meets right here. We meet I-76 for Fort Morgan and Grand Junction. Fort Morgan, I guess going this way kind of makes sense because you wouldn't loop around and go back to Omaha. And we end right here at I-25 North Fort Collins, bigger than Cheyenne, so sensible. 36 West Boulder. See, we meet US 287 right here, another one that I'll get to. And for some reason, 36 is in a major freeway with express lanes. See, random ranges, we get 36 East Denver, 36 West Boulder. Boulder is a big suburb of Denver, so why not? And here's the Wadsworth Parkway, 121, it heads back to 287, and don't know where else. And 36 west of Denver is doing pretty good. We don't have much time left, but we are doing well. See, we have Lines 18, S Park 35. S Park is where this road ends. And here we go, moving on, back in the desert, like Wyoming. We're nowhere near Wyoming yet. And we will be turning left for S Park. And also for Lines. Lines is our secondary. And here's Lines. But we will keep going straight. We are not done yet. And 36 is getting better the more northwest we go, as Colorado generally does. And we're going up this mountain, looking pretty cool. Good job, Colorado, so far. And here we move on. This is at S Lake, and it's really nice here. Colorado is doing perfect, as they usually do. And we meet US 34. This is in S Park. We'll go downtown and turn left. If you want to skip the city, you take US 34. Here's downtown S Park, and it's known for being the western terminus of US 36. But we are not done yet. 36 is going to exit itself. And Route 66, that's really weird right there. 36 is going to go up a higher mountain. It's not Loveland Pass high, but it's just a little high. And this is our end right here at US 34 again. Just some nice mountains and nowhere to show that this is the end of US 36. Alright, good run through. Let's do the way it should be for westbound US 36. So we have a lot to talk about. Some of those are New Commercetown, Coshocton, Mount Vernon, Sunbury, Delaware, Marysville, Urbana, Greenville, Newcastle, Indianapolis, Danville, Rockville, Tuscola, Decatur, Springfield, Kansas City, St. Joseph, Olathe, Seneca, Marysville, Belleville, Phillipsburg, Norton, Oberlin, Atwood, Denver, Cheyenne, Boulder, and S Park. And if you saw my CKC video, we could add those control cities in there as well for US 36 as well, even though I did not have enough room to put them in there. Alright, DreamWatch control cities. If we do a long video, we have to do this, and it's a pretty short one. Go for it. Columbus, Dayton, Indianapolis, Springfield, Kansas City, St. Joseph, Denver, Cheyenne maybe. And we got 205 in Portland coming to you on Monday, so we have a little shorter video for you guys then.